Good evening, everyone. I'm Anthony Buck, Settlement Advisor of Citizens Advice Liverpool. Tonight, I want to share two cases of Hong Kong migrants and from there to discuss how migrants should be welcomed. First of all, why Hong Kong people are moving to the UK. To answer this question, we need to back to year 1839 when the history of Hong Kong started. So it's going to be a history lessons. In 1839, Britain went to war with China over opium. The Manchu government was defeated. Through a Treaty of Nanjing, Hong Kong was given to Britain. Hong Kong became a British Crown colony on the 26th January 1841. We call the day Hong Kong Foundation Day. In 1984, the Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher signed the Sino-British Joint Declaration. The Chinese government agreed that Hong Kong would have a high degree of autonomy. On the 1st of July 1997, Britain handed Hong Kong back to China. Hong Kong has continued to enjoy success as a financial center after the handover. In recent years, there were two massive protests in Hong Kong. They were the Umbrella Movement in 2014 and the No China extradition in 2019. You may Google search for the details of these two social movements in Hong Kong. In 2020, the National People Congress in China has passed a national security law for Hong Kong. The UK judged that this decision breaches the legal binding Sino-British Joint Declaration. It breaches both China's commitment that Hong Kong will enjoy a high degree of autonomy and the right of freedom of speech guaranteed under the paragraph 3 and the annexed 1 of the declaration. The same year, the UK government launched the BNO visa scheme, or sometimes called the Lifeboat scheme. However, the BMO scheme was not officially open for application until January 2021. People come to this country for many reasons, but for sure, they want a better life, living without fear, to regain freedom, to be happy and welcome in the UK. Hong Kongers are bringing skills and investment to this country, and being welcome is very important. Do we have welcoming schools for children, welcoming workplaces, welcoming employers, welcoming landlords offering fair treatments, welcoming program that migrants can get advice, welcoming program for English learning, welcoming program for social and cultural integration? Fortunately, we have the Hong Kong Welcome programs funded by the DLUHC all over the country. The service providers can be churches, workplaces, civic groups, and local communities. As Leon mentioned, Citizen Advice Liverpool is one of the service providers. We provide information to new arrivals and also advice and support to those who have issues. I'm going to share with you some newspaper cuttings and two cases from our Hong Kong Welcome program. This is a news from the BBC. The article said Hong Kong migrants struggle to find a home in Solihull. It said due to no employment history and no bank accounts. But here we are looking at the problem of no credit score. Another article from The Guardian. Many recent arrivals have correct documents and want to work, but have met obstacle. Here we're looking at the problems of professional skill recognitions and criminal record check. We have two clients here. Client number one, Mr. A, arrived Liverpool last December. He was a dentist and he contacted us asking us to refer him to a job at a warehouse. So he wants to take up work that below his level of skill and experience. Client number two, Mr. B, was a bus driver in Hong Kong. He speaks little English and he couldn't find a proper job, and he has been working in a Chinese restaurant who gives him a salary far under the minimum wages. Due to no credit score and bank account, the landlord asked him to pay 6 months upfront of the rent. This lump sum is far from what he can afford. As a result, he has been living in the B&B instead. So in summary, Hong Kongers are facing four main issues: English, integration, employment, and accommodation. And the problems was caused by the richest circle of new migrants: no job, no credit score, no money, no home, no local bank account, and going back to no job. The BNO visa requires the applicant to show there are enough money to pay for the housing and to support the family for 6 months. Therefore, 6 to 12 months upfront rental payment is absolutely unaffordable to those who arrived in the UK with the minimum financial requirement by the BNO visa. The 6 or 12 months upfront rent in advance is also not affordable for most local people either. And for many reasons, they also might not have a perfect credit history. So to break the vicious circle, we can start with the housing. The upfront rental payment is the current system to protect the landlord when a proof of financial background of a tenant is not available. So I'm thinking that solution can only be solved by the government or the council. They are the one who can make laws, regulations, or rules. Bear in mind, no credit score is not equal to low credit score. I think that not all landlords is worried about rent arrears. Maybe the government or councils can set up a friendly landlord registration system or database to match the pairs. Another virtuous circle of the new migrants: Hong Kongers have a low confidence level on spoken English. As a result, they are too shy to communicate with local people. English language is a tool for settlement and integration. And also through integrations, people learn the language. Some local communities unfortunately had found a solution by having a buddy conversation classes, a learner and a mentor. The program encouraged the pairs to talk in English on a daily basis. Some projects have successfully brought Hong Kongers into social contact with local people through local festivals. So the result and feedbacks are positive, and more service providers are now copying their models. The demand for practical oral English classes in Liverpool is high because of our accent and the tone. However, all the Hong Kong Welcome programs are supposed to end the 30th of June. But fortunately, again, during the annual conference of the Hong Kong Welcome program this Monday in London, the minister announced that new funding will be granted. And I hope with the second round funding, all the existing service providers can continue their welcoming programs. So thank you for time. And this is the end of my presentation. Thank you.